Hey guys, Dr. Prometheus here, back. Some more of our road to league with the Wrexham. Last episode, we were promoted up to the Premier League. We finally arrived. And now it's all about staying up at this level and winning some silverware and, well, start progressing in the Premier League. First goal down. Second goal is to compete in either of the trophies, because I don't think we're going to make Europe. So it's about putting a good showing in the trophies if we can get a good Premier League spot. But also remember, we will actually get about $32 million. If I'm not mistaken. I'm going to look at the rules here. The parachute payment is $47 million. Second year, just as long as we are not relegated, is 35.5. And the third year is 18.5. So that's about, let's say, 100 million, give or take, that we'll get, that we can kind of revamp our stadium, look at our ability for training, that sort of thing. So a lot of stuff. Without further ado, let's get right into this. This is also going to be the summer transfer window, and I'm going to record it, and I'm going to make all the moves. That'll be live, so we'll be cutting around. The video will be a lot of cuts into this, and we'll be showing each aspect, talking is hard, each aspect of what we do, and we'll kind of go through there. And, well, we've arrived. So without further ado, let's get into the save here. Get a couple things to do admin wise before we start looking at players and all that stuff. So our supporter profile. So we picked up more followers. They were likely more of the fair weather and casual fans. So that's why this is our percentage of fair weather fans went up. So it's casual and hardcore and core went down. I wish there was like a previous percentage. So we picked up 38,000 more social media followers for 115. 115,000. Well, we have more followers than our Blavice lens. It's troubling. There's a lot of teams in England, so it makes sense. So Club Vision, I mean, played direct soccer. They were pretty disappointed on us playing direct soccer. They liked our counterattacking and defensively solid. They like how we're growing the club, are working within a payroll budget. I like that. There's no contract for players over 34 and 32. So 1 year for 34 and 2 year for 32, which doesn't matter with Paul, which matters with Paul Mullen. Doesn't matter with Ollie Palmer, because Ollie Palmer is the youth, head of youth development. So our vision here is to attempt to avoid relegation to the Premier League. Okay. I will accept the current vision. Our team leaders, nothing's really changed a whole lot. We're gonna see if we can get some more players in here. End a team meeting. We have to strengthen the squad. Well, that didn't work very well. That didn't work. Okay. So going to the team. So looking at this, Cameron Archer's ranked second in the Skybound League Championship. Get a number of talented young prospects like Musto, Humphreys, and Mickey Williams. Good goalkeepers. Goalkeepers are good. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep Graysick. Cameron Archer's in good form. Andy Jack is good. Maradoni is good. Okay. So not the best in penalty taking. Well, that's true. Composure is not great. Yeah. Concentration is not great. Off the ball movement is not. There are currently no players capable playing in goal with the standards suitable for the first team. I would say yes, because Graysick's on loan, so he doesn't count. Squad marking. Who is this? This is our goalkeeper at our under 15s. The guy is literally 15 years old. Of course he's not. Mediocre squad makes sense. We need to think about depth. Vision isn't great. Essentially, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. But also, we're going to lose our affiliate. There's that. In the season break, the players will be back in the end of June. So that's when I start. We can go to Portugal, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, Austria, Netherlands, France. Let's go to France. We can play some French teams. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to France. Across the channel. It's an easy bit. We got a lot of people on loan, and there's a lot of people we're likely going to sell. Okay, so here is our squad. So who are we looking at right now? So Graysick will cost probably... Ooh. We can actually get him for a decent amount. Or we do have 26, so that almost tripled our balance there. We are at the Premier League, so it does make sense. And I think we do make this. He's not going to be getting a lot, so that makes sense. Our first order will be to lock up Graysick. For Zach All, I mean, he doesn't like big matches, but I don't think he's able to play at this level. However, his contract does expire with Arsenal, probably extending it. I don't think it hits the end, but maybe it does. Daniel Jefferson's the next one we kind of think about. And I think this is probably a good play, if I had to say. So 5 to 6 million, that's not bad for Jefferson. And then Beige will be the one that's likely going to be outside of our price range. Now, he's up until 2030, doesn't have extension, so practically 2031. I don't think we would have the ability to get this deal without breaking. And it does make sense. We're going to stall that. I think we might attempt to bring him back on loan, but I don't think that's going to happen. So really the biggest thing is he's probably out of it. We have George Wilkins here. Let's look at this by contract now. Ultimate contract view. Well, that's training. My bad, misclick. Okay, contract. Okay, so Luke Alford will be here for more time. 494. I don't think he's going anywhere. Wickens is a backup, and I think we need to lock him up for more as a backup. I think that would be a good one. He is a decent keeper, but we'll kind of see from there. He's a decent backup, I should say. Ali Palmer is going to our head of youth development. Jacob Hamilton. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Jacob Hamilton looks like he's going to leave. There's no way we can really lock him up, so there's that. And I think he's going to end up going to filed would be my guess. So there's that. There's no real reason to keep him though at the club. And then the last ones we're looking at Cad, who we might lock up to a deal. However, we might send him out. Who knows? We do have one. Tino Quamina is likely going to be out because he is exploring his options. And we have all the guys in on loan. I don't think we're going to bring in Reece Evans. I just don't think he has the ability, although I do like his speed. He's just, the quality, I didn't see it on the pitch, is essentially what I saw. And then Cade Gordon was good at times. He did come in. He doesn't cost a whole lot. So that might be something that's kind of cheap. You would expect to start most matches, which in that idea is, well, what do we do up top? But that does make sense. At least in my mind it does. And Jebison playing on the right, that does make sense. So we'll kind of see how that is. So looking through here, Awalu is going to be here. He's not going anywhere. Zekal might be someone we bring in offers here. Jordan Davies, we are going to look elsewhere. However, Jordan Davies will be one guy on the bench. Bayless is another one where we did lock him up for another year. But we'll see if we can upgrade. I don't know. Jefferson will stay there. Ben Knight will be there. Paul Mullen, Cameron Archer. So we have the youngsters. So Blake is down here, which I think he's only there for training purposes. Floreni is here for another couple of years. We'll see if he's wanted by anyone as time goes on. Cad is likely gone, so let's remove him. Hassana is likely gone as well. Austin Griever is likely out to... Austin Griever goes out on loan. This is what it is. Austin Griever goes out on loan. Tyrell Figueroa. He's not playing at this level, but he's playing at League One. And I think at least at League One he could play some games for us. Share that. Wickens will be up here, and we likely need to lock him up to another deal. That's one thing we'll have to do. Cade will be one that we bring in. We do have Castledine, who's injured. Griever is going to be out. Now, we do have Michael Rozic. The issue is he's not very consistent. That's going to be problems playing in the midfield, I think. At least that's my idea. But he's going to be 21. We'll see what it turns into. He might go on loan. There's that. Andy Jack, of course, is going to be up here. Daniel Robinson will likely go out on loan as well. Cody Alford will probably go on loan. And Arehu probably will also... No, he's League One. So he'll be up here. Here's the biggest thing. We need a midfielder. And we need 6 other players. Let's go player hunting. All right, so we're here with our commercial activity. And then we're going to go through some players that we're looking at right now. So we got a main jersey deal sponsor that goes up to $975,000. The previous deal was $375,000, which is nice. So we got 6 new deals there. We'll look at those sponsorship deals. So that sponsorship goes up to $919K, up from $665. Broadcast revenues $3.35 million, as opposed to last season it was $686 million. So this is comparing 2027 or 2026 to 2027 season from 2025 to 2026. So obviously these are going to be more, because I don't think we get this money here. Yeah, we don't. Obviously, I don't think so. We get like investments and sponsorships this month, but the other stuff we don't. So we get this and this. Corporate hospitality, 1.22 million. Okay. Competition prize money went up to 115K over to 34. And match day commercial and retail, 1.09 million, up from 950K. We sold 7,000 jerseys with the following names. So Archers number 1, Awalu's 2, Castleton, Jebison, and Knight rounded up. These are the richest clubs. Holy, the richest one. Are you serious? It's not in England. It's not. This must be cash on hand. This must be actual cash on hand. Let's see. 31. Yeah, I think this is actual cash on hand. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not cash on hand. I don't know. New scouting budget, they're going to say they won't allow the scouting of any nations. I'm going to say that's a no. And we're going to do... We've been stuck in England. Let's go with UK and Ireland. I mean, he's not giving us any support in the first place. Okay. So looking at who we are having come in right now, who we're looking at. So this is all. Ulrich Bruce looking for another goalkeeper to come in. He is good at his reflexes. He is lighthearted and jovial, so maybe someone we sell later. 18 years old. He might end up starting at our under 19s, or depending, maybe our under 18s. We'll kind of see how that works from that. How he compares to, say, Graysick, who will be staying. Obviously, it's nothing here, nothing crazy. Graysick does change. He was on loan, obviously, from Arsenal. He's going to agree to come over to us for a small fee. Here it is. For a small fee of 650, which is 2.2 million over 3 years. That's what it is there. So we saw Bruce. Another goalkeeper going to bring in is Edson Munoz. Again, another guy who's young, 350K. Bring him in here. His reflexes are good. Normal, balanced personality. Already knows the language. Is fairly consistent. And I think he can end up being the backup / under 21s goalkeeper. So, like that. Hassana has a bid for Huddersfield. He's likely go over there for 250K and a friendly. Drew Raw, who we did actually agree with in the middle of the season, like Man City did release him, so he's going to join over. We kind of already saw him, but here's his whole deal, and he's going to be down at the under 18s or maybe the under 21s. Zach All, we sent him a contract for actually a 0 bid because his contract's out, but I'd expect Arsenal to likely extend his contract. So if we don't get him, it's no big deal, because we're looking at bringing in Konrad Kwiatkowski for 5.25 million, giving him a salary of 2.8 million. And Wolves and a lot of places want him, including Wolves, AS Roma, Valencia, Villarreal, and then Leipzig. So a lot of teams want him. I think he'd be good for us. Could grow a little bit. And his comparison with a guy like Zach All, I mean, he's a better defender all around. Completely. better speed, better mentals. Physical's the same. Not as good aerial wise, likely because Zach Hall is 6'5", so that makes sense. But I feel good with this change. And that is obviously unless, I mean, he's got to accept a deal. One that we will likely not get, Fjord Purdy here, giving Chelsea 650 up front with a 1.5 over the term. Trying to give Purdy a $1 million deal. I mean, Cardiff's in there, Derby, Fulham, Nottingham Forest, Plymouth, Stoke, Iberian. I mean, there's a lot here. We're giving the most in terms of deals to Chelsea. It's just all about if anyone will actually accept this. If it's accepted, he becomes our defensive midfield in this. And why would you really say that? Well, that is because look at him against Lewis Forini. I mean, he's pretty much the same in defending and pretty much the same as attacking. Technical's the same, but his speed's better. His vision's a little bit less, but I think we could work on that. Get better aerial, better mental, better physical. I mean, he's just a better player all around. And it shows. Loreni is a better tactical or technical proficient, but mental and physical for Purity at 19 years old is just better. Cade Gordon, we're bringing him in for Liverpool for $700K. So you kind of all are familiar with him. And then Daniel Jefferson did agree to come in for a $2.3 million over the life cycle, so 7.25. Obviously, he's going to be playing on the right starting out and then possibly moving up top if we have some injuries to our forwards. So that's the whole idea and how the roster is shaping up right now. One thing I was thinking of is if Ben Knight should be dealt. I mean, he is the highest that he could really be at this point, and selling him for about $9 million could get us a piece that could be a big starter in the future. That's the biggest thing. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I'm thinking I might sell him. We brought him in on a free, and yeah, we'll kind of see. Elsewhere, Hassana, we already saw that. Wickens is going to go out on loan, or actually not on loan. He's going to go off the end of his contract. He wants an insane amount, and we're just not willing to give it to him. And other than that, that's all I have to report right now. We're still going through the calendar at this point. We haven't even hit the transfer window, but we'll kind of see what kind of business. I'm also upgrading a lot of the coaching staff, so we'll kind of see all of that change. We have a lot of room there. I'm bringing in a couple more scouts with some more recruitment analysts. So we're building the team. We're building the team, and we need to click over to where, well, we're in the Premier League. So an update to our supporter profile, which is great to see. And it's actually sunny, so it's very exposed behind me. It's kind of weird. But we pick up another 26,000 followers. It's nice. Also, we're bringing in some more people. But we did miss out on Fjord Purdy. This was one that I thought we were going to miss out on. But it's all good. So what we did do, though, with our signings, we were able to, at this point, get Ulrich Bruce to come in for $1.5 million, which was nice. And Conrad Kwiatkowski, our first Wonder Kid, comes in from FC Ingolstadt 04 to play defense for us. I don't know what it is, but I can bring in Wonder Kids on defense. Anywhere else? Not really. So we'll have those two in. Kind of sucks that we didn't get that other guy, so we have to look at what we're doing at defense, which we do have about 800,000. So we have to figure out what to do there. We're not defense. Defensive midfield. I do not think that we'll have a defensive midfielder in here that can play anything like that, and I'm seeing that that's a no. So we're going to have to figure this out. So it goes to say Les Weed, who is the technical director at Wrexham, 74 years old, is chosen to retire at the end of the season. So he made 41 years experience with Fulham and Southampton. He came in with the purchase of Wrexham Football Club by Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds. And of course, we're spending so much money right now. It happens. So here's our season expectations. Reach the third round of the FA Cup. I think the third round is technically the proper round, so we win one game. Carabao Cup, reach the second round. Okay. And then attempt to avoid relegation. Okay. Here's our social feed. Our link to Chelsea is, of course, terminated. So from there, what we'll do is we will ask for affiliate club so we can get ourselves okay. Okay, cool. So since we've been here so long, they're like, yes, I will give you the whole thing. Okay. I want to choose the club. Okay, so I want to pick one more affiliate, and I want them to be at... I'm going to say Grimsby, maybe? Oh, let's do Cambridge in League 2. I have no preference because I think I screwed that up. I want a senior affiliate. Damn it. We didn't get it. We didn't get it. I'd like PSG or someone like that, but no. So we spent 30 million this season, and I will show you what we spent it on. Some crazy stuff. Some crazy stuff we're about to do. What? Is that a real number? All right, I have to ask. Is this a real number for like? Wow. So we officially have Ollie Palmer has hang up his boots. However, of course, he is still going to be here. His biggest things is coming over to Wrexham for 350, coming from AFC Wimbledon. He came over and secured promotion and helped us go all the way up. And now he's our head of youth development. This is what he looks like. Working with youngsters is good. Judging player ability and potential are good. So yeah, I think we're good. That's awesome. Ollie Palmer. Not going to see a Premier League game, but he's on the team. So he gets to revel in the awesomeness. All right, so we're going to go through who we picked up. We had some big transfers in this one. We're still waiting on a couple more. Harrison Murray Campbell, waiting on a free transfer to bring him in. There's a couple competitors, so we'll kind of see if we do that. Ian Williams looking to go out on loan to Kidderminster. Rosiak, we're going to keep him here at the club. Mustafa has a couple of loans, Altrium and Burrow. Daniel Robinson has 6 offers for loans. He's looking at to go out on loan. And Kavanaugh has one for Wakambri. We've got a bunch of job offers for various scouts, coaches, technical director, that sort of thing from there. That's the whole idea in that one. So transfer history. Quimina went over to Linfield on a free transfer. Nothing we can do about that. We did bring over Franco Onga from Parthenope, otherwise known as Napoli. This was a free transfer, and I was actually surprised we got this. I mean, I think he's a Premier League standard on top of that. I think it looks like it. Yes, it's a decent Premier Division player. That's a big one there. He's going to be a super sub up at the top. Zach All comes back from that loan and stays with Arsenal. Obviously, Daniel Jefferson does. Graysick and Kate Gordon. The ones that we did at last portion. Our biggest one by far are these 3 guys. Conrad Kwiatkowski comes in from FC was it Ingolstadt? I think it is. Yeah. Ingolstadt 04, Germany, looking at the top flight in the Bundesliga. Germany 3.3 comes into Ingolstadt from Legia, and then for us for 5.25. Nothing crazy there for the 6.65, but I think he's going to grow. He is our second wonder kid technically on the team. Jovan Mijatovic here comes in from Ruben for 7.5. Another guy that's going to play a little bit up on the top, but also is going to play some striker if we need it. I'm pretty excited to see him on the field. Our other one that we got here, which is our biggest signing at 14.5 coming in from Chelsea, is Harvey Vale. He is going to be starting on the left side. Castledine is going to be playing at that defensive midfielder. So he will be our attacking midfield on the left. I mean, he's a decent Premier League player. We just had to pull the trigger on something, and I think this is a good one for a guy that can play up the top. I'm feeling good. Trying to convince myself right now. The guys that went out, Humphreys went on loan. We saw that Hassana went over to Huddersfield. That's about it. So we had about 31.5 million transfers in and another 10. So probably in total, that is what? 41.75 coming in. 5.75 going out. So not a lot there. What that means is we are here in this bit, and I think that 97 million, I think that was a lie. I want to say that might have been a lie. Thinking. I don't really know. Because I don't see a lot of TV marks on the schedule. So Don't know. I'm going to play through from here. I'm going to end this as the episode. We will be playing Bournemouth on the first one, then go to Wolves and probably Man City in the first episode. Three-game special to start it out. Some of the harder teams in there. And then by the time we hit about the end of the month, I think it is, or August, we start seeing some players being released. And maybe we make a play for a player or two, since we have about 2 million or so that we can throw at someone. And I think that would be a good one to see who is released in England and see if we can make a play on some of those players. So thank you for hanging out. It is insanely light outside. The sun's coming out. That's what happens when it's outside. But ultimately, good episode, long episode. I'm feeling good. We only have to fight through a relegation battle. 50 points is the goal. Well, it's going to be a hard task to get through the likes of Man City, Tottenham, Newcastle, Arsenal, Chelsea, Aston Villa, United, Liverpool. I mean, these are big teams. It's going to be painful. The flip side, we do get to play some lesser teams. We do get to play Norwich, which is kind of the bottom tier-ish. We got Stoke from last season. Luton is up here as well. Burnley. West Brom's kind of that tier with Norwich. They're going to be good. The same as with Fulham. Crystal Palace in here. So I have a feeling we can maybe, just maybe, squeeze out 30 to 40 points. I'm not sure that's going to be enough. We're going to sure as hell try. The best thing, though, is we have a lot of players that have relegation relief clauses. So if we were to actually be relegated, not only would we make all this money, we will also get about 30 to 40 million in relegation fees as well. And that could actually help us propel ourselves back into the Premier League and do more building. So thank you all for joining me. Go and leave a like below, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Later.